Well, like I asked, I kept y'all to leave me suggestions in the comments below. So far, only one of y'all has left me a suggestion, and that comes from Pablo Sanchez. And he realizes, I haven't done a favorite and least favorite of a certain person movies in a long time. So why don't we do that again? And he suggested this time that I do Leonardo DiCaprio, since Mob Week it just came out on AMC, and they had just shown the premiere of The Departed on AMC. And so apparently Leonardo DiCaprio was the first thing that came to his head. Now, honestly, I like that concept. I like Leonardo DiCaprio. He's a fantastic actor. He's definitely one of the best actors in the business. A movie may not be the best of its abilities to me sometimes. A movie may not necessarily be the best of his abilities, but let's face it, the one consistent thing about a Leonardo DiCaprio movie is Leonardo DiCaprio himself. He's had a lot of great ones. He's had a few bad ones, though. But honestly, a lot of the bad ones I've actually never seen. I've only seen like a couple of them. Now, like I always do in these types of videos, I'm going to start off with my least favorite of the person's, whatever, however you want to say it. Anyway, let's get started with that. Now, there are some movies that I heard he didn't. I think there was one probably like either back in the early 90s or late 80s. It was like Jeepers Creepers 3. And I'm not going to go watch that movie at all just because it looks so stupid and terrible. There's some other movies. There's a 1995 Western. I forgot what it was, but it was with Russell Crowe and Sharon Stone. I heard it wasn't that good, so I'm probably going to avoid that one too. And then, I actually had seen Romeo and Juliet, and honestly, even though I loved The Great Gatsby because it was from Baz Luhrmann, just because it was from Baz Luhrmann didn't mean I liked Romeo and Juliet. But yeah, I still loved The Great Gatsby. I did not like Romeo and Juliet. But that's just me. But honestly, my least favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie of his, I'm going to have to go with the Iron Mask. It's just a movie that wasn't, it was a movie that just didn't go for anything at all, and it felt like a very stale story. It didn't feel like it had anything to deliver for, and really, that's really how Leonardo DiCaprio's performance was, because even though he has like that twin with him, it just feels like even the character interactions between him and this twin or whatever, you don't feel anything. It's just stale. It's just stale acting, and it's probably not from the best director in the world, but that's just me. I felt like he could have done a whole lot more in that movie, but honestly, it's okay what we get. But that doesn't matter, because he has definitely made a crap load of fantastic movies, which brings me down to my favorite movie of his. But before I do that, I have to mention a lot of these movies. He's done fantastic movies throughout most of his career. Let's face facts. I loved Titanic, Catch Me If You Can, Gangs of New York, The Aviator, The Departed, Blood Diamond, even Body of Lies. Even though a movie that didn't necessarily fulfill anything new and original and exciting to me, Leonardo DiCaprio was still consistent in that movie. What other great ones? Revolutionary Road, Inception, Shutter Island, and even The Great Gatsby that just came out recently. I really liked him in that a lot. I thought it was a fantastic movie. But my favorite Leonardo DiCaprio performance of his was actually one that came out this past Christmas. And that is his portrayal of Calvin Candy in Django Unchained. Now, man, I loved Django Unchained. It was one of my favorite movies of this past year. But definitely the best part about that movie was Leonardo DiCaprio's performance. That's just me. I know a whole lot of people may say, like, he was good, but it's really Christoph Waltz. And you know what? I don't care. It's just an opinion. I loved Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie. He was a self-indulgent, narcissistic, racist bastard in this movie. And he was incredible. Usually, okay, I will say that in the movies, most of the movies that I mentioned, he always gets mad. He always starts throwing a hissy fit. He knows how to get mad. He knows how to portray strong emotion as a character. But in this one, man, when you're working with Quentin Tarantino, you're not just going to get something like that. You're going to get something else and something very different. And my God, this was more than a Quentin Tarantino movie that Leonardo decided to take on. He made this movie just so great. It was just a fantastic villain in this movie. My God, this guy really does know how to act, and and that's the thing. The reason why I really like this movie a lot is that he surprised me with a different type of lead that he's trying to take on. This new type of villainous ex-critique, I guess, if you can say it. He was just a fantastic villain, and my God, working with the screenplay, with Quentin's screenplay and all that, and it all just works together. He is the one true villain in this movie. Even though there's like really Samuel L. Jackson as a part villain, even though after Leonardo DiCaprio's death in the movie, And then Samuel L. Jackson tries to hold the movie. He's still great, but honestly, Leo. I mean, we've seen Samuel L. Jackson, you know, pop some F words and N words in there. I mean, we've seen him do stuff like this before, like in Pulp Fiction. But Leonardo DiCaprio, this was something completely different, something completely new, and it was just one where his performance literally took my breath away. Everything he said was just spot on. I think this guy really should have been nominated for a supporting actor role, or not should have been nominated for an Oscar. He's a fantastic actor, but he keeps getting snubbed, which really pisses me off. But hopefully he'll be nominated as a lead actor, hopefully in The Wolf of Wall Street. I really want him to be nominated, at least win an Oscar. He has so much potential, but the Oscars are trying to snub him, and it really pisses me off. He's a fantastic actor, and I really think he could have at least won an Oscar for a movie, or at least be nominated in Django Unchained. I thought his performance was killer, but that's just me. Well, thanks for watching this video, and remember, I'm going to be here all week, so keep leaving me suggestions in the comments below about what other stuff I should be. It can be another one of these favorite and least favorite videos. It can be a trailer review, it can be a movie review, or whatever. But I will do a weekend review this Saturday. Remember, my weekend reviews are now going to be on Saturdays, either that or Sundays, okay? They're not going to be on Fridays, they're going to be either Saturdays or Sundays, just depending on how my schedule goes. Anyway, be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends, and hopefully I will see you sometime tomorrow. Bye.